Hi everybody, welcome back. Apologies for the rather long wait that we've had in bringing the next video out, but I was at the bike show last week, which wasn't particularly great in my eyes, so back with the build today. So I've got the new Airbox seal that go around here, so we're going to replace that. Got the missing 2 bolts to get the airbox down, and our clock front fairing holder is turned up, so we're going to mount the clocks, get out on the bike. I'm also going to fit the mudguard today, so it's all little odds and sods. I might stick the front wheel in today as well, so we can just make some progress on that. Just as a little update, so have repaired the superseal connector that goes into the fuel tank so that we're ready for that. And we've also, as you can see in here, fitted the line for the oil cooler. I did have this oil cooler line turn up, but unfortunately it was for a 998 oil cooler. It was misadvertised, so it had the wrong connection to go in here. So I've just ordered another one, which is slightly delayed that, but hey ho, that's the vagaries of dealing with eBay, unfortunately. I've got some rear sets as well, but we're just having some issue in terms of getting them to operate on a race shift pattern, because that's how I want to use them. So in road shift like this, they work okay, but when I flip this round into race shift, I'm having a clearance problem with the actual rear set. So I'm just trying to get that resolved with the seller at the moment, and hopefully we'll have that soon. The seal's been ordered for in here, so's the chain, and I've got a few spare sprockets to stick in there, so we should be getting the chain on in the next week or so as well. So we're into the final stretches of putting this together. So what do we need to do today? Well, first off, we need to get this airbox seal put onto the airbox, which is good fun. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. Okay, so putting these on comes in 2 parts that link by just joining these together. What we need to do is align the hole pattern that sits on the airbox. We need to align this so it sits in the correct point, because what you'll notice is it only goes on one way, so you need to just find out what the best fit is, and because it's hopefully the right one, it should all line up. Okay, so it appears that all the holes line up. So what you need to do is these will come through like this, and you need to do it in a relatively warm environment, because what you want to do is work on the elasticity of the rubber and just pull that through. So, and you can see on the airbox that this little tang that you pull on has got a little ridge in it, and we need to get that to come through to the back side of the hole, and then that will mount that in. So let's just get on and do those now. Okay, so you can now see that that's in. All the little tangs that sit on the back have come through, so the little ridge is sat over the back end of the hole. And as you saw from how I was doing it, you can actually be quite brutal in how you pull it through, as long as it is a new seal, because it tends to get brittle over a period of time, and if it gets brittle, you can break these little tangs off, so you just need to be a bit careful on that. Right, let's just give this a quick wipe down in here, because it's a bit dirty, before we put it on the bike and then stick it on there. What we just need to do is we're going to need to fit this line into the airbox. We need to take the air trumpets off, so that we can stick it down into that gap. Just check that everything that we're not going to get access to unless we take the airbox back off again is in the correct place, which all looks good. Okay, so let's just position the airbox on there. So that's the airbox fitted, the trumpets are in, their little seals just around. I've got the fuel pump connector set just down here ready to go. Fuel lines are in their right place. Cabling goes down through there. The oil breather pipe is sat in its correct place. Key piece to remember when you put these in is quite often that the airbox clips get trapped between the frame and the airbox, so just keep an eye out for them when you're putting them in. Okay, let's stick the fuel tank on. Key piece we need to get sorted is the electrical connection, and then bolt in both the fuel lines. Okay, so the fuel tank is mounted, so that's good and rigid. The problem you'll see that I've had to remove the steering damper for is it impacts on this side of the tank. Problem with aftermarket tanks is they're never perfect. So I've had this happen before on another tank, so I'm gonna have to space up the steering damper so it sort of runs across the top. So that'll be a slight modification I need to make, just primarily because it sits in the wrong position. So a little bit frustrating, but that's the hassle we use in aftermarket parts. However, we've now got the tank on. Got a little bit of dirt I need to get off of it. So you can see the airbox seal is quite tight as a result of the way it's put together. And little other little bits that are annoying, you know, the tank impacts here. It's down tight, but there's a gap there, so I might need to put a rubber washer under there just to give it something to touch base with. So it's sealed there because that's pulled down quite tight, but it won't go any further because it's hitting against the airbox. So let's come around to the front and let's get the clock mount set up. So another aftermarket part, I'm going to fit the clocks into there, which is just a case of using the free mounting points for the existing Ducati clock mount. So shouldn't be too difficult. So let's just do that quickly. So that's fitted on. You just got to be careful with these rubber mounts because if you tighten this too much you can tear them away. Okay, let's go stick that on the bike. Okay, so that's mounted on. I'm just waiting on one more 60mm bolt to make sure it's fitted in properly. But as you can sort of see, it's starting to look like a little bit like a race cockpit now. So we're slowly getting there. Next thing is to get the mudguard on. What I need to do is position in the Ducati plastic clips. So what they do is they go 1, there's a little tang in here. It goes in that hole there. They're in. All we use is 4 Allen bolts, and we'll just fix the mudguard in. Okay, here we are. So I've just stuck the wheel in for a bit of fun, so I need to get the spacer in there. So what have we got left to do? Need to put the fan on, need to get the gearbox seal in, front sprocket, chain. I need to buy a carbon guard with a shark's fin to meet AC regs. We need to get the rear brakes on, front brakes on, levers, do the front part of the loom, space out the steering damper, put a breather tube on for the fuel tank, and then really it's bodywork. I'm going to be ordering bodywork that is colour impregnated fiberglass, so we won't need to paint the bike, it will come all ready to go. So I think we're pretty much there. There's that, oh sorry, and the oil line that I talked about earlier. So not much more to do. Okay, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If any questions or comments, please stick them down below, and I'll endeavour to answer in as effective a manner as I can. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, would really welcome you as a subscriber. So hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications when we're sticking it out. Content out should hopefully be every week again now. I can't think of anything that's going to get in the way for the next few weeks. Yeah, she's looking good, isn't she? So we're into the home stretch. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.